Alright, back to us.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I'm Robbie Grant, WYXR Executive Director, and this is
Jared JB Boyd, program manager.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. It looks like everyone's pretty much got a seat. We've got one up here, we've got a few here. We're expecting, we don't usually get started right at 6 o'clock for those that have been at these before. Usually it's about 15 after, so thanks for everybody for coming. I want to thank everybody for participating that was listening last week during our flash drive on Thursday and Friday. We hit our goal, and yeah, sure, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, for everybody
so much.
Listened and played, and thanks to Charlie for coming and hang with me at 4 a.m. I appreciate that. But I do want to thank our sponsors. Our session sponsor is Dragonfly. They're our neighbor right down the hallway. They do Play Where You Stay and Hospitality Hub. So round of applause for them. Crosstown Brewing Company provided the beer. iBank is a seasoned sponsor. They're been a great supporter of WYXR since the very beginning. So thanks to everyone at Independent Bank. Memphis Presents, a big round of applause for them. They're awesome. They do a lot for everybody here in the arts community, specifically the music community. And the Memphis Listening Lab. You do Memphis Listening Lab, man.
Hey, thanks so much for Memphis Listening Lab for letting us hang out and share records we love with everybody and letting us flip the room around and all the great things.
Yeah.
Being a resource to our community.
Yeah. And I'll get to donating to us in a minute, but you can donate to them. They are a nonprofit. You can come up here and spend 5 minutes or 5 hours. Chad, wave your hand back there. If you don't know Chad, just come meet him and come hang out with him. He knows so much about Memphis music and stuff. So, and shout out to Liv. Let's give Liv a hand for putting everything together. Oh, yeah. Thank you. A few things we got coming up on September 2nd. We're going to do our Raised by Sound Fest announcement. We're doing that online. It's not going to be a thing. So depending on how much Liv has to drink tonight, she might tell you, she might not. I don't know. No, she's not going to tell you. So, but on our last stereo session, September 9th, is going to feature Quick. We're going to have a cocktail party sponsored by iBank. A little bit about that record real quick, JB.
Like Funky is all good out.
Oh, yeah.
The Post Stacks, a few people who were a part of a group called the Newcomers that were to be a new vocal group on Stax after the label dissolved, rebranded as a funk group, and unfortunately we've lost the core members of the group. So hopefully their nephew will be here. If not, I'll be improvised.
A few other things. We've got a concert calendar for those that don't know about that. It's concert.wyxr.org. If you're wondering what's going on in Memphis, you can go check that out. Bookmark it. Sign up for the weekly newsletter. We appreciate it. And also, this is a free event. These are free events. We're going to hope to continue doing these. But if you can donate, both Liv and I are able to take donations tonight. If you can, also back there in the back with our merch, every bit helps. So please donate. Go to wyxr.org, become a member, all that stuff. So
do it.
How does this thing work with the stereo session?
Who's been to a stereo session before? Raise your hand and wave it. Do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. So stereo session 6 times a year, we like to get together to celebrate records that sometimes are hidden in the margins of Memphis music history, to share their stories, to get people here in the room who were there to tell their own story. And if we can't do that, we'll get someone who's inspired deeply by the record, who's made an impact based on their inspiration from the record. And so it's very precious to me, because it was sort of my baby, my project. But what was also precious to me was to find ways to get our numerous DJs involved, as they have a breadth of knowledge of records that maybe didn't impact or influence me. And so this one is going to be an example of that. We're excited that Amanda Dent has come up with an incredible program with these gentlemen from Snowglobe.
Again, I do want to shout out all of our WYXR DJs, all of our volunteers, and if you don't mind, give them a big round of applause. Thank you. I appreciate all you do for the station. But one of our best volunteers is over there waiting in the wings
Oh, yeah.
to come up, host of Finders Keepers. Amanda and I worked together for many years and have always talked about music. And when we started the station, she was instrumental in helping us create the mission and get everything together. So, and she's been a great partner through this entire journey. So we're excited to have her come up. Everybody wants a warm, huge welcome for Amanda Dent.
I'll make sure this thing's on. Skip this.
Thanks so much for that introduction. It is genuinely an honor to be here to represent WYXR. I'm so glad they asked me. I guess they knew I was a big fan of Snowglobe, which I am and I have been. I did move here in 2000, and I do believe that once they asked me to do this, I was like thinking about it over the years, and I think Snowglobe might have been my first favorite contemporary Memphis band after I moved here. So this is very much a big deal, and I'm so excited to talk with these guys about their very first album, which is amazing, Our Land Brains, and I can't wait to hear it on these amazing Eccleston Works speakers. So without further ado, I do believe we're gonna have Brad Postlethwaite come on up. Postlethwaite, excuse me, I screwed up your last name already. And Jeff Hulett and Brandon Robertson. I forgot the interview next, but you could. Jeff is just big. Okay, all right. We'll get our seating assignments on. Oh yeah, you got your empanada there. Don't mind if we start snacking on his empanada in the middle of dinner time a little bit.
All right.
Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here, and let's just get started with the basics, of course. Like, how'd y'all meet? What's the genesis of Snowglobe?
Brandon and I actually met, I think, when we were 5 years old, maybe. Four.
Yeah, we were in preschool or kindergarten.
And then around high school, probably 10th grade, I met Jeff in 9th grade, but then 10th grade is kind of when we really hit it off. His parents had a big sleepover, co-ed sleepover.
That's not the thing.
They didn't know about it. I mean, all we did was dance. So. Anyway, somebody saved me here. So, then we kind of had various bands, throughout high school. Jeff and I played together in a band called The Fluffs, and then Brandon and I were in a band called The Houseflies. Tim was also at that time at a different school, St. Benedict.
Tim Regan.
Tim Regan.
The fourth, would you say, core member of Snowglobe?
Yeah, he sends his regards. He's
We're going to talk about Tim later. I got some quotes from him. But anyway, please proceed.
So then Jeff and I were at Houston, and Brandon was at Ridgeway, and it just kind of evolved from there. I guess that's probably other questions about the rest of it, I imagine. Yeah. That's how we met.
That's how you all met. So how did Snowglobe itself form?
That's kind of this record is sort of, Brandon and I were listening to it and talking about it. It kind of is us.
It is kind of the formation, yeah.
yeah.
There was a version of it before. I guess you're probably talking about Athens.
Yeah,
we all,
for sure.
4 or 5 of us moved on to Athens, and we were all musicians living in the same house, so it just happened naturally. And we started playing. We were trying to do as much as we could, getting out to play with the people who were really like our inspiration. A lot of those guys who played there was Elephant Six.
The Element Six sound like
thing.
Experimenting with like all kinds of crazy instruments and just throwing everything in a stew and.
Yeah, they would have.
That was the idea. Yeah.
Everybody, they would have these huge potlucks, and all these musicians would come to it. It was like this really amazing kind of art community, which was, I was only there like 6 or 7 months. Brandon lived there a little longer, but so then we started playing under the name Snowglobe in like parks around Athens. I think we played maybe one show in an actual venue. But Brian Winterode was playing drums with us then, and he actually came up with the name for this. I think maybe, did he come up with the name for the record too? He came up with the name for the band.
I thought that was you.
Okay. Well, so then Tim at that time was in Knoxville playing with Liftoff, which Brandon also played with. So he was kind of a common member. Ever since Tim and I met one another, we kind of tried to be in bands together. Yeah. So like Tim joined the Houseflies, and he was in a band called the Bozo Gompers, and I joined that band. So it sort of made sense. We were always trying to find our way
to each other.
Yeah, and that sounds a little,
I like it.
but yeah.
When Snowglobe formed, Tim and I were not in the band. Tim was in Knoxville at school, and I was at Memphis, and I was at another band. These guys were in Athens, kind of working on a lot of this record that we're going to hear tonight, Our Land Brains. And then, like you said, Brad, it was like a crash course for Tim and Brad. They always wanted to be in a band together, but the situation never presented itself, and then it finally did.
Yeah.
And then when Tim moved back and we were kind of working on this album in different houses around Midtown, that's really when Snowglobe went all in, I guess.
Cool. So
There was definitely a level of organization that arrived once Tim and Jeff joined.
Yeah.
That was not there before, because it was. I mean, I think there's a good bit of ridiculousness that we just kind of we're fueled by ridiculousness.
Yeah.
there you go.
I mean, another part of the whole Athens thing is that you really don't have to know how to play your instrument. It doesn't really matter if it sounds good.
You can learn it right there on stage.
Yeah, and I think I would be remiss if I didn't say when I joined Snowglobe, I was like a major. I was very green. Like I started playing music way later than these guys. I started playing music when I was 16. Immediately joined a band, Fluffs, and just started playing. And I was a fan of Snowglobe before joining the band. I would see them play at the Map Room, and it would open up for Essex Green, and then of course they were in Athens for a while. And I mean, it was kind of surreal for me because I was a fan of a band and then asked to join us, hit the road, and throw my life on hold for a good 5 years.
Well, you guys were, why not? Weren't you in your early 20s pretty much
Yeah,
at this
we
point?
were all like 21, 22.
It was, when we moved to Athens, it was like 1999. And I think probably the first songs, like Beautiful, I remember, was recorded around then. So it kind of, some of the recordings really were strewn out across like years, kind of.
Yeah.
Several years, 3 years, probably.
Like 3 years.
But all recorded in Memphis at various band houses?
And I think there might have been some in Athens.
There's at least one song in Athens. You recorded started Beautiful in Athens.
Yeah, I remember living in that house and having that song recorded. But
Everyone had 4 tracks, everyone had 8 tracks, everyone was always recording, everyone was always trading gear and playing on each other's stuff. So a lot of these songs were just like the 3rd or 4th version of demos that were, bandied about within a larger group.
Right, because it sounded like the seed, or at least the foundation of a lot of these songs were when, correct me if I'm wrong, when you were in Athens and then Tim was living in Knoxville, right?
yeah, there was, yes, yeah.
Well, yeah. So some of it was recorded in Knoxville as well. So
Is it right that DreamWorks, is that the only one that wasn't re-recorded?
That one, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tim recorded basically everything on it.
Oh, okay. You said also.
News wasn't re-recorded.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that was, we might
might have been a couple
There was.
of ones that
well, the
were-
drums were,
oh,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was fully baked.
yeah, we don't know the answer to many of these questions.
Aren't you glad you asked?
You're the best interview ever, guys. Thank you for being here. We're done. So as somebody in your early 20s, Brad, what are some of talk about the themes behind a lot of these tracks on Our Land Brains?
I mean, I guess, some of them are kind of, I suppose, like love songs, and some of them are sort of like, I don't know, hippie, Jesus love songs, I guess you might say. I grew up in the Church of Christ, learned about love from the Bible, so some of it is it's with the agape love, I guess, and then some of it romantic love, and then there's a song about my dog that I really, that song just kind of came out of me while I was like hanging out with my dog in the backyard in Eads, and the whole song just sort of came out at once, and I don't think if that's ever happened with any other songs. It's kind of something I always think back on.
It's Playground.
But that one's a love song where it's about
Playground.
dog,
Hey man, there's no greater love than a dog love story, am I right? Let's give it up for dogs, everybody.
what else? I don't know. The song that frustrates us is kind of that was sort of that came about like as a band kind of over the years. Like it started in Athens at band practice. This guy Jeremy was Freeze was playing with us at the time, and Brian, and then it sort of evolved throughout the rest of the formation of that record until I kind of finished it, I suppose, once we had the core members involved. That one's kind of about, I guess, just friends and life, and just going through all of it. And I don't really know what it's about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're in your early 20s.
We were
anything about
we
it,
were
right?
really young, and we were all working in different restaurant jobs. Brad was working at Pop Tunes at some point in there on summer, right?
Pop tunes on summer.
And yeah, we were like every night was like, what are we doing tonight? We're young, and we'd usually end up over at the Evelyn house, and we'd be playing music and recording stuff and throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what stuck. And
That's true. The Evelyn house where Tim lived was kind of where everything sort of came together from all these others, like little strands from things that sort of that's where we really completed the record, like put everything together, mixed it, did a lot of little weird things. We were in complete control and didn't have anyone telling us that any of the stuff we were doing was weird or not good. So,
and all of that to say, while all of that was true, we had no idea what we were doing at all.
That's pretty fun, though.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was great.
Speaking of, just a quick note, too, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but my house that I bought on Philadelphia Street used to be your band house.
oh, okay.
I used to get your mail.
That's right. I remember
I
that.
got your mail, and I said something to Tim Regan. I was like, I don't want to put a black light in this house anywhere. Since I
Did you
knew this was a
retake the
band house.
stripes? With the
I didn't do that. Whoever sold it to me there before, but yeah. So that's thoroughly Memphis, So what was the process, Brandon? I know you talked a little bit when we tried to prep for this about touching on the process of making this album in particular. Like the people involved, the equipment involved. I know 4-Track's been a part of it, but you want to talk a little bit about that?
Other than the fact that there was really not a process,
Yeah.
that was kind of the process.
Okay.
Like it was, hey, who's got what can we cobble together? Tim, at the time, worked at Strings and Things in the recording department, so that was
That was big.
huge for us because we were able to get, none of us had a decent microphone. That's one thing that was good because we had all been working on 4-tracks and 8-tracks forever, recording on cassettes, and it's hard. There are challenges to make it sound good, and we got pretty good at making shitty microphones sound pretty good. So that when we got good microphones, we used those same techniques, and suddenly it was just like, whoa,
Yeah.
this works. This is a step up. So so a lot of that stuff.
New things were coming out. Like when we started recording the record, probably there weren't 16-bit. It was all 16-bit recorders. Then 24-bit came out. So like new things it was like the beginning of digital home recording was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So like when something new would come out, we'd get it and incorporate it. And we each sort of had different machines.
Yeah, and to put it in perspective, none of us had cell phones.
Yeah.
We had landlines. We would just show up.
I mean, yeah, home recording at that time was crazy.
Worked uphill, or walked uphill to go to work. But did I say that right? You guys get it.
I mean, really, it would be like, I guess, meet up later when you get off work at Tim's house.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
So you guys mixed and engineered the first album as 20-year-olds, just by just trial and error and.
Yeah, and then nobody had a specific role really. They'd come home and I would have been home all day, and I was like, "Here's this mix, is it cool?" And they would be like, "Yeah, sure," or "No, change this." And then same, I would come home and Brad would be there and have done, a new 12-string part or whatever, and we just, he would have mixed, 2 new songs. It was just a matter of like, hey, do we like this? Is it cool? And there was no specific role. That was what was cool about the band. Like nobody was
Nothing
the
was-
drummer, nobody was the bass
Nothing
player,
was
nobody
off
the
limits.
How did you do that as 20 years old? I mean, when I think 20-year-old dudes, I think egos galore. Sorry. So that's pretty extraordinary, I think. Just didn't you say everybody in the band played drums at one point on this album?
Yeah. Plus other people who weren't in the band.
Just some randos up the street.
I do think some of that vibe did come from our time spent in Athens and that openness that we experienced. And it was a real like bohemian sort of hippie sort of like everybody just joined in to make this big pot of soup, you know? Everybody's got an ingredient. So I mean that rubbed off on us big time. And all their experimentalism, you know, I lived with one of the guys in one of the bands down there, and like he was like a mentor to me in that, and he's super experimental. Just like there's no wrong way to do a thing, you know. If it sounds good to you, then it's good. And kind of like we all respected that in each other, so I don't think ego really even stepped into it.
It's like we were learning. We were too busy all learning this stuff for the first time. And I think maybe there was some ego here and there, but we all were kind of doing the same thing, had a common goal. We were excited about it, you know. I don't remember everything, but I remember just spending a lot of time on the songs, like recording them, mixing them, like just sort of obsessively, like all of my free time, you know, during that period.
Yeah.
Life was like, it's working and then getting off and doing that. So.
That sounds really way more productive than most people in their early 20s.
Yeah.
Well, we play a lot of Grand Theft Auto too.
Oh, right. I did hear that. I did hear that about y'all. So how did you get the deal with Bardot?
This was Clay, I think she has.
There's a Bardot or Bardot? Sorry. Bardot, yeah. Bardot. Sorry, I'm from rural Missouri, guys. Bardot.
Well, so yeah, we met him in Athens, and I honestly don't remember how we met him. Do you remember?
I do, yes. We responded to a flyer.
Yeah, that's right. On
a light pole that they were looking for a bass player and a guitar player. And we were like, let's do it. That's what we called them. It didn't work. We didn't mesh at all, but we made friends with them.
Yeah.
And you know, eventually just turned into that guy Clay. I can't remember his
I think it's
name.
Jordan.
Jordan?
I think
sure,
it's Clay.
let's say Jordan. He started that label. And then we made him in his first band.
Yeah, I think he kind of from that point onward sort of was in touch, and we, you know, he knew of our music, and I guess had seen us play, and then just approached us about putting out a record. And there was this company, Team Claremont. I guess they're probably still auditions.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he connected us with them, and then kind of the rest is he took out an ad in Pitchfork, like record of the year ? Or something like that. Pop record of the year. So that kind of helped, I think. They were like, "What? Come on!" So then they reviewed it, and that led to a lot of publicity and things, and then CMJ charted, and we went to play in New York for that, and it kind of all quickly started happening, and we're like, oh, I guess it's always going to be this way. We're just going to keep getting green.
Yeah, that was pretty. Pitchfork was kind of, especially back then, was a bit of a bible for indie music, and to get that kind of review, which was a huge glowing review. I was going to read part of it, but I don't know if I want to or not. But I just thought it was funny. But it did say in July of 2002, Bardot Records had the collective balls to suggest that Snowglobe, a Memphis quartet no one outside of Tennessee had ever heard of, recently recorded the pop album of the year. If you're at all like this reviewer, you probably reacted to this blatant hype evangelism with a curt, cynical hipster retort, something along the lines of, pop album of the year? Try poop album of the year. That's good journalism, y'all. And then proceeded to go in about how it was near perfect. So that's, I mean, where were you guys when you, again, you're in your early 20s. Sorry, I'm old, and so I think, like, what is that like to read that review and be like, oh, shit.
I think we were just too dumb to even know what it meant.
I think I was still behind the times even then. I was like, but this isn't Rolling Stone, you know.
That's valid. Yeah, we were just kind of aloof and just kind of like full steam ahead. We just didn't know what was going to be next. I'm sure it felt good, and that was cool. And having that in our hip pocket when we were going on tour, like, didn't hurt.
Right.
But like, still, we were going on tour, like playing to no one, sleeping on floors. Like, that doesn't mean much when you're playing to the janitor in Belleville, Illinois.
Hey, that janitor loved it, and he's a very
I
nice
have a photo of him. We stayed close.
I mean, when we played the bigger cities like Chicago, New York, Madison, Wisconsin, for some reason,
That was a good town.
it was like we just showed up and the place is packed, and it's strange. You're not expecting it. So, I think as time went on, I kind of recognized how big of a help that review was, and how much it meant. But right away, it didn't really register.
Yeah. Well, and also Jeff and I talked a little bit when we were discussing the stereo sessions. It was also a time, if you're talking about the climate, of Napster and, just stealing music essentially. So what was it like releasing a CD, your first CD, in 2002 during the rise of music theft?
Yeah.
That's such a good question. I love the way you phrase it.
And during the beginning of the transition from CDs over to digital.
Digital, right.
And vinyl was just like a theoretical, aspirational dream.
I think probably there was some talk about vinyl.
Obtainable.
Clay, I think, wanted to spend the money on, promotion and stuff instead of pressing. So we didn't press it at the time.
I feel like I couldn't imagine that the record would be popular enough that anyone would want to download it illegally anyway. So, like, who's going to hear about this, far enough away that they don't already have our record, our CD, our friend group.
I think I kind of remember routinely checking there and being like, "She's in there yet?"
Yeah. It was definitely a weird time because live shows were really important, and they're still important now. There was just so many bands playing, and you wanted to put your best foot forward, and we had to relearn how to play this album that was live, because the album, if you listen to it, there's strings and there's horns, and it was just us four, so we had to kind of reimagine it.
Some have never been played live.
Yeah, some have never been played live, but all that to say, I think playing in Memphis and cutting our teeth in Memphis with all the great bands of that time really helped us out a lot. And the Memphis media really helped us out a lot. We, for some reason, people wrote good things about our band, and people came and saw us play, so that helped.
Yeah, it was, still is kind of surprising and crazy.
People like you, Brad.
Yeah,
I
look.
like people.
And dogs.
Yeah, and dogs. And cats now, too.
Oh, nice. So before, when you guys talk about going out live, just the song Beautiful, and we want to touch on that before we take a break here in a little bit to listen to side A of Our Lame Brains. But listen to a song like Beautiful, sometimes I'm just like, what did I just hear instrument-wise? I'm like, is that a glockenspiel? I don't know if it is or not, but I'm like, what is going on? It does really sound like maybe, is that some of the Elephant Six influence?
That one was recorded down there, and I think that's a glockenspiel.
Oh, it is. That feels so smart.
I do remember, though, once we moved to Evelyn, Tim put the trombone part, and that's Tim playing the trombone at the end of it.
Really?
There's timpani, I think, on that one, too. We would there at the G6 room and University of Memphis, we would sneak in there and just use whatever tubular bells and whatever we could find.
It's like just the room where their band was.
Yeah, it's like
How did you guys get in?
Or
we
just found it go around with doors and
Or we'd ask people to be like, what do you play on?
Yeah, and then we would go around and people practicing like that.
Hey, this person's playing violin, we're practicing. Do you want to play on this song you've never heard? Of course, the answer was yes.
That was the beauty of having these little portable recorders. We just took them up to the music building, and we would record our piano parts there. We would listen around for people playing horns or violins or whatever, and just knock on the door and say, "Hey,
wow,
learn this song, play on it."
It was a different time.
Where's our liner notes? That seems like a good segue to talk about the liner notes.
We actually got caught, and then the music theory teacher gave us a key. That's the way we were able to leak it.
Did you give him credits on the album?
No.
It's like a very goodwill.
It might be Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Solve the equation.
That's right.
So let's talk about some of these liner notes that you guys haven't seen for a minute. So Hatley's Garage upstairs, Hatley's Garage.
That's where Tam Foley's is now. Hatley's Garage was a great little haunt that we would.
It was the computer where I had access.
Great place.
So you went upstairs, and this is where you guys
I worked. I worked there. I didn't just bust in.
Okay, well you have a habit of breaking into places, guys.
On my breaks, I would go up there and work on this, and you can tell that it's completely amateur design. The resolution is all over the place. It's a mess, but
It's a time capsule.
At some point, that file was on a floppy disk.
there's very little. No, I have the floppy disk.
He said he still has the floppy disks with all
Yeah.
this information.
Very little of the information is accurate.
Is that really how you spell Dave's name? That's interesting. Maybe. But with strings by Chicago guy, Navin Johnson, Adam Poor, Libby Yao, Brad, this one, and just Josh. Because you didn't know his last name, is that right?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Chicago guy was, we think, from Chicago.
Gave him props.
That's great. I mean, how many guys are there in Chicago?
Just a couple.
Not many. And Andrew Costin did. I really, really love the artwork on this album. And did he do the artwork on all your albums?
All of it.
Okay. Amazing. And yeah, I kind of described it, I think, to you, Jeff, is like creepy yet whimsical.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Great. So anyway, layout design and sweat by Brandon R. and Brad P. I guess that's you guys.
We spent a lot of time at Kinko's on this with the floppy disk.
Now FedEx office.
It's great. And on the back it says, this recording is meant to be played at your city ordinance's highest allowable volume.
Perfect.
Okay, so do you guys want to talk about, we're going to listen to song, the A-side, and do you have any particular favorites? We're going to come back, of course, and we're going to talk a lot about what we just listened to, but then we're going to preface the next side we're going to listen to, side C. This was a double LP.
Leave it to us.
It's all good. So we're gonna. It still flows. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna sound fantastic. But if you want to talk about that side A, anything in particular? No.
Waves Rolling to me is one of my favorite Snowglobe songs of all time because it was a song where we basically had, like a basic track, but I remember like the moments of building it, like how we're gonna hit the kick drum here, how we're gonna add tambourine, when are the keyboard's gonna come in, who's gonna do harmony, and then seeing it from start to finish and then how it landed on the record. It's just one of my favorite songs we ever did. So, and I think it's a great lead off song for the whole album.
Yeah.
Well, actually, let's run it back then. Who did the sequencing for this, and what was that like?
I think we all pretty much participated in that.
Yeah.
Like, it would be a thing where one of us would do one, and then someone would tweak it, and someone would tweak that.
I feel like we knew that one was going to be the first one, which is why we kind of did the intro the way
Yeah.
that we did.
It's very intro-y.
And
It is very intro-y.
yeah.
It's very true.
Anything else you want to tell me? You have a favorite? I love Beautiful. That one sticks out for me personally. Just again, like this, beautiful chaos of it all, and the fact that you're challenged a little bit. And yeah, but it's also melodically, it's kind of simple as far as the vocals.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Can I say something real quick about the merch back there?
Oh yes, please.
Yeah, so we do have some vinyl records back there. First record, finally now available on vinyls for the record, CDs, and what have you. But we are going to give a little bit back to WYXR and to the Luke White Memorial Grant that's hosted by Music Export Memphis. So if you buy something, just know it'll be supporting WYXR and Music Export Memphis.
Yes, thank you for doing that. Yeah, it's awesome. And also we have some zines, excuse me, if you donate to WYXR or this honor system, we have some zines, and also I brought some other Snowglobe CDs that are in the back that you can help yourself to. I just happen to have about a dozen of them lying around my house, so I brought them. All right, anything else, guys, before we listen to this?
I feel like these CDs keep multiplying. So
Well, I didn't have, what's crazy is I did this album is the one album I did not have a CD of. So now I have one, though, because Brandon bought me one. So all good. Robbie, do you need anything? Do we need to talk about anything? Are we going to split up? How does?
You mean do that?
Yeah.
Artsy.
Of course. Oh, big church.
oh my God, like we're not playing that song right now.
They both seem like nice guys until they
They're
mess
the
with
best.
segments.
It was my fault.
And then you're like, what?
Welcome back.
We can stop too close. And I would
What did you do, Brad?
the place. See picture was in the
Sorry, the late.
See, that went by really fast.
Setting up. It is something. It's the whole much. Yeah, the houses really it's too tremendous.
Thanks a lot for being here, by the way. It means a lot to
Yeah, let's give a round of applause to you guys. It's amazing.
Tim as well. You know,
Yeah.
he doesn't live here anymore.
No, he comes back occasionally.
He's a jerk.
He is, kind of. Love that. We'll get to that later, or maybe I could say that maybe could be a segue. But I was talking to Brandon a little bit out in the hallway, and maybe y'all had the same kind of reaction, but sharing this album with a group of people, something that you're so intimately close with, and that's existed for a long time. I mean, what is it like to sit in a room and just kind of watch everybody's reaction and yeah.
It is kind of funny how much you still, it's been 25 years and I'm still picking it apart. Like the imperfections, the bad EQing. I mean, it's a lo-fi record. But you know, it's like our little baby, you know.
Yeah.
And it's cool to just see it, you know, see all these people. I don't know a lot of you. And, you're sitting here listening to the stuff we created in our bedrooms. Yeah, it's just real cool. It's surreal.
Yeah,
I guess we did the thing that we were trying to do. You know?
Yeah, that's
We want people to
Yeah, I mean, when we got asked, I was like, really? Oh, that's awesome. Like, we're in. Whenever that was like in like February.
Oh.
When we got asked to do this, and I was like, okay, let's, like, people know that record? And she's like, are you sure?
Yeah, it was a pitchfork.
Sure, this isn't the Snowglobe in Oxford.
Correct.
There's a Snow Globe.
There is?
We've just discovered there's a Snow
But
Globe.
yeah, there is a snow globe in Oxford.
You got there first though, right?
They got here last year,
Oh, there you go.
and they won't.
I mean,
We tried to talk to them. They're just like,
Yeah, so pretty much.
Yeah.
and Tim's like, I'm gonna get the lawyer.
We're thinking about playing a show and
Hey, don't be a Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
see if they'll open for us.
they play. They cover My Bloody Valentine song, so
I mean, that's a good start.
be all that bad. Can't be all that bad. Not there.
Yeah.
So,
So, I mean, what did you guys think listening to that?
yeah, it was. It's a little nerve wracking, but
It's nostalgic. I mean, it was a beautiful time in my life. I think it was a beautiful time in
Yeah.
his life, a weird time. And, you know, I mean, there was no, again, I didn't have a cell phone, like, didn't have a girlfriend, barely out of college, like, my whole life in front of me. It was just like, yeah, it's just fun to kind of reflect back on that time and be like, how did we live? How did we survive? But we did.
I think it is cool listening to this with everybody, you know, this particular record, because again, it is like the one that we had the most personal touch on. So anything anyone likes about it, it feels like they really like what we were doing, right? Like kind of our way. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it.
Well, we didn't have to say more.
Okay.
We still have 21 minutes. No, not kidding. Brandon said that it's y'all's favorite record.
Yeah, I think that's
So
true.
what is it for that very reason? They feel it's like,
I wasn't sure for 100% that it was Posse's favorite record, but yeah, I felt like we did share that, you know, because yeah, I guess, you know, it's the thing. We were all, there was a moment in our lives. We were all super together. We basically lived together. This is our whole focus. It was our mission. You know, it's like, you know, it's like you go through a process with somebody and you come out at the other end like super tight. And this was like that. I don't want to call it a battle, but you know, people have those kinds of life experiences together, and it's a glue. And I feel like this record totally did that for the band. That, you know.
This is kind of a little bit of a downer, and I don't know if it's appropriate to bring it up, but we all experienced September 11th happening. That happened not while we were all in the house together, but I remember spending that day with folks. We were all together, hanging out, kind of processing that. We'd already written all the songs and everything by then, but it's just but
Yeah, the world had changed, and we were like, let's go on tour.
yeah.
We're like in New York City looking at Ground Zero, like about to play Mercury Lounge, and we don't even know if the draft is going to be re-implemented. Mom's like, well, I re-implement the draft. And I said, well, I'm in a band, so I should be good, right? I'm an artist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was definitely a strange time to kind of, all those factors were a big part of it. Like Napster, no one wanted a CD, the world had changed, 9/11 had happened. Like, you didn't, like, everything was just up in the air. But we just kind of did it, kept going, and it was really awesome. And it was kind of nice to have that from a personal perspective. Like it was a really great distraction.
Yeah.
In a world that was kind of falling apart, being with your friends, like sleeping on floors and making music.
Yeah, even without all those variables, right? Touring has to be a very much a bonding experience. You get to know each other really well, especially in your 20s, I guess. You guys got any crazy stories? Tour stories? I always like Robbie about his crazy stories.
Brandon once, I still don't know the true story here, but Brandon, sorry to put you on the spot, but we played at Chattanooga once, and then all of a sudden we were at a gas station after the show buying beer, and then Brandon was like getting arrested.
He also was on crutches.
What happened? Oh yeah, you were on crutches.
Why were you on crutches?
I had a busted knee. My cartilage was torn, my meniscus.
Yeah, you were messed up.
Yeah, he was like on the crutches, and the guy was like,
And they accused him of stealing like a honey bun.
Oreos.
Yeah.
Oreos, a big thing of Oreos.
But we had a friend, and our friend's mom got you out.
We talked me out of the back of the police car.
Yeah, that was a good story. There's a lot of stories like that. Brandon also got arrested, and no, I'm just kidding. We were talking about Wisconsin Dells earlier.
We rented a van. There's this Astra van that we drove on most of the tours, but for this one, I don't know why, but we rented a van, and Kevin Cubbins actually went with us on tour, and it started just storming like crazy, and the windshield wipers like broke, and we're just kind of. So then we pulled over, got Rain-X. I remember that, and so we're just driving without windshield wipers in this crazy storm. And then we just stopped at the first place first exit we could find, and it was Wisconsin Dells. It was a pretty hilarious because we kind of just had to stop, and we,
for our safety,
got some.
I think that was the first time we ever stayed in a hotel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
one of the only
maybe one of like 3 times.
And then we played card games and drank much alcohol. That's what happened.
Yeah, usually it was like $100 guarantee. We're talking 20 years ago. It'd be like, all right, we'll cut you a deal. You're going to play for 45 minutes to an hour. We'll give you $100 for your 4-piece band. Like, we'll take it.
And maybe a van, maybe a bar tab.
Oh, we definitely got it.
That you probably still, right.
He's talking about Belleville, Illinois. That was the first stop often on the tours because we knew we would get that $100. Yeah. And we'll go from there too, or Def Tweedy at least. We'll just come there and
obviously, was this your first tour in general? I'm assuming.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And we'd always go to Nashville, and we'd go to Knoxville, and we'd do Chattanooga, and we'd do Little Rock. There was one time that we played in Little Rock, and we got there really early, and me and Tim were the first folks to step next door to a place that was called La Changes. It was a sort of Wild Bill's type place. If you've ever been there, it was like a juke joint sort of place, and like we just hung out all day. Brandon and Brad came over, and then by the time we played our set at our venue, we were loose. Yeah, we were loose that night, but a lot of good stories from the road.
The changes.
Yes.
I wonder if it's song best.
That's where we learned. That's where we learned the phrase "off top." You just feel like yeah. It's like if something's cool or something good, it's like that's off top.
Oh.
And we named a song after it.
Yeah. Yes.
Really? What album?
I think it just got shortened to Changes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But it was,
Right.
to us, it was Le Changes.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, since you're talking about Tim, let's go to this portion of the show where we talk shit about Tim and his absence.
Yes.
I'm kidding. We're not going to do that. Or we can if you want. But I did talk to Tim last week on the phone since he can't be here. And again, well, one of the core members. So I just want to give some choice quotes from him. Brad is one of the most prolific motherfuckers on the planet. Not known for practicing much. Being 21 and high a lot.
I don't know about that.
What?
I don't like. Right?
Maybe that was like a separate quote, or was that?
These are all separate quotes, and I might have had some white claws.
That
during
is,
our
that is
conversation.
that is part of the memory of recording this record, for sure.
Yeah.
The high a lot?
Strictly, no, I'm not saying that now. I did say that. All right, next.
I'm sorry, yeah, children. I already said that, I know his kids are here, and I said I was going to drop the F-bomb, so.
It's fine.
Yeah. So what kind of role, let's talk about Tim a little bit. I mean, what did Tim bring to the band?
Well, he also is a hell of a motherfucking songwriter, So definitely that force of songwriting. Unlike me, he did practice a lot, so he was a little that technical. That was kind of he really kind of brought it all. He was like all of it in one package. He wrote great lyrics. He was a great performer. Unique, creative songs that really kind of stick with you right away most of the time. The types of songs he writes. So. And then his just kind of attitude, like he is just a driving force, and kind of fun, good-hearted, guy.
He was very helpful in just getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Like getting shows booked,
Motivated.
getting guarantees agreed to, getting places to stay. Kind of just a bull in a china shop in the best way possible. If there is such a thing as that.
It could be, I guess. And I do want to clarify, yes, those were, not all those quotes were, only the first quote was specifically about you, Brad.
Okay.
It's just talking about the band's not practicing very much.
Oh, okay.
Him being 21 and high a lot.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm so
Now you're
sorry.
telling me.
I know, I don't want to hurt your feelings. No, he would not. He had nothing but glowing things to say about you guys. Obviously, y'all are brothers. And he also mentioned, I think he mentioned there was some unreleased tunes that you guys maybe intended for this album, or am I wrong about that?
Yeah. Yes, they were either intended for this one or the next one, I guess. So
They're still unreleased?
There's so many songs out there.
Yeah,
that
there's
you can put out 2 double LPs, triple LPs,
like songs that we never quite got. Most of them are
Never
songs we
finished.
never quite got to where we wanted them to be. Alternate version.
But we are talking about doing something with some of these rarity B-side songs.
Okay, that would be cool. I would like that.
It's just talk at this point.
Okay. What's going on with this thing?
The Houston party.
Oh, that was in Spain. It was in Spain and Europe, I guess. It was released by this Houston recording record label.
Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg.
Yeah, this record was
They were released it. But this is a different label completely. This guy, Jaime, I don't know where he came from, but he put out this record, and it's different. So there's like 4 different songs on it. And as you can see, the thing's empty. The CD's somewhere at my house. But these are some of those songs you're just talking about.
Okay, Adrenaline
Father
Mother.
Says Hey.
No.
Yeah, those aren't on the original.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't Father Says Hey aren't on the original.
But they landed on this one.
It was maybe.
The Spain release.
Yeah. So
How many-
if you're in Spain,
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a wild time, I'm telling you. Jaime was, a real...
Old Jaime, wherever he came from. How much did this album, if any, and kind of inform the rest of your albums?
It's a good question. For me, I mean, I think it was definitely like a great launching off point. I mean, I think that our Land Brains was learning how to be a band together, you know. And then our second record, Doing the Distance, we had a lot more time playing together. Touring makes you tighter as musicians. So when we were ready to start working on our second record, we just, it's like finishing each other's sentences. You're just more
With shorthand.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I mean, with this record, the songs necessarily didn't exist before we started recording them.
that's right.
You know, we're writing them as they're being recorded, like following records. Like we had songs that had parts that were like crafted already. So it's a whole different vibe from this point on.
There's something about recording a song while you're still excited about it when it's new.
It is so great.
It really comes across differently than after you've been playing a song, and then it's kind of hard to recapture that. And so our Land Brains, I think, has a lot of that on it. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about this side C that we're going to be listening to? What it was, any particular favorites? I know that Tim told me the song that frustrates us was always y'all's set closer. Is that correct?
Yeah.
But it frustrated us because we had a hard time recording a version of it we liked. I think because the live version was just so with all the audience and everything, it was just
Real hard to capture. In a
the recording.
very small bedroom studio.
Yeah, and that song in particular has like 3 movements, I guess. So, and they're all kind of different tempos. So I think what we did capture on the record.
Oh, that's good.
Like,
Yeah.
Still somewhat frustrating. So.
Right. Well, no. We named the song before that point.
Did.
It finally got, because
I like what we
did
playing stuff.
It was the other versions that frustrated us. When we were in Athens, and the recorded version there that he actually just mentioned he has too. Always found that's where.
But it's also of note that that's the only song on the record that we recorded live as a band.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we figured out, okay, that's the only way to capture this, is if we just all do it. So we actually recorded that at our friend's house, who let us. She had several empty rooms, and we just took over the back half of her house and made it our studio for a couple days. And that's when we recorded that song. And you can tell the difference. You can totally hear it's got a different feel from the rest of them.
And then when we did overdubs, we brought in like every one of our friends, and we're like, you are all going to sing on the ... part at the end. And it was like,
And we're not going to credit you.
And that's when Sean kind of joined the band right there with that song, I believe. He's playing trumpet on it.
yeah.
And we became a part of the band from that point forward.
I think we all probably think of him as a core member too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. He toured with us and was like, immediately in the band for every record after this one.
He was fun. I toured.
I'll say side C, Experiments, Stubber, Song That Frustrates Us, or there's another one I'm forgetting, but they're like songs that are a part of our live set, even to this day. Like we'll never not play those songs when we play live. So hopefully we'll play live again at some point. But
Experiments is another kind of sing-along one.
Yeah. Sounds like who did you pull in? How many people did you pull in for
whoever was around. For
It's
yeah.
I think it was just us.
It was just
That might have been just
Okay.
Maybe layered a few times.
Got you. And also just want to bring up, of course, Luke was a part of some of these songs as well that you brought in, and who later became a part of the band. Do you want to talk a little bit about his role, his contributions?
Yeah, most of his contributions were after this record, I think, but
He loaned us some instruments for sure. We used his eBay. I used his bass, or his Ebo. Sorry.
he's on Doing the Distance, and then after that, he's heavily involved. It was kind of like another era of the band, which was great because it had everybody. I mean, Luke, us, and the Sean and Town, and And once he got involved, I was like, you just need to sing all of these songs. Like, I need to stop trying to kind of way.
He was always just better at everything than everybody else.
Yeah, he was.
Can you just do it? Yeah.
Brandon made a comment when we first started playing with him, and he came in with some backup vocals. He's like, "Ooh, maybe this is too good." Shine out on the fact that the rest of us are
Not so good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that dude can harmonize.
yeah. He was a great. I've known him since we were babies together, actually in the nursery. So I've known him my whole life, or knew him my whole life.
Yeah, that is amazing, dude. And just one more plug for, I mean, we could talk about it briefly too, Jeff. I know you helped organize along with Pam and Kenny White, Luke's parents. There is a really wonderful fund through Music Export Memphis that helps people who have never been in a recording studio before. Is that right?
Yeah, and we have 2 artists. We went through a vetting process and kind of had to vote on Kenny and Pam, and some of us that kind of had to like weigh in and be like, oh, what about this band? What about this? And there was certain qualifications, like you've never been in a studio, what have you. And they're about to start recording at High Low Studios.
Nice.
2 groups, 2 different kind of solo acts. So I'm curious to see where that goes, but that's what that fund will fund.
Amazing. And and with WYXR, obviously we're here supporting that, but WYXR Music Export Memphis are very much boop. And Music Export Memphis is an incredible organization if you're not familiar, so I want to just plug them to support them because they do a lot of really incredible stuff. Have you guys benefited from any of that, or they come a little bit late? They came late, I think.
Music Export Memphis actually helped us get those T-shirts.
Oh, cool.
I feel like that's accurate.
By the way, John is looking for a large. Do you have any larges?
No. We will get some, I promise.
Okay, great. So, what else do we want to talk about, guys? I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes.
I guess the only thing I would want to add, Amanda, is that thank you to you for, moderating this. Props to Amanda, y'all. She's a better one. I think back of the time that this album was out, and even speaking about Luke, and I see Robbie around here. Robbie was in a band called Vending Machine, and like Luke was in a group called Coach and Ford. We had friends in a group called The Glass, and there was this group called Logia, Lucero, Lost Sounds, and like it was just a crazy time. It was like an insane time for live music and bands kind of playing together, and you wouldn't believe it now, but Young Avenue Deli was basically our own base. And that's where we had the release show for this album. And they never had us back because we created a snow machine out of potato flakes.
And then the potato flakes and all the beer that everybody spilled didn't really mix very well.
It's soaked from the bubble machine.
That's right. Yeah,
Soapy potatoes.
and a guy running around with the leaf blowers. That's happening.
That reminds me, Tim also mentioned the 2-way in. That's a blast from the past, right? Said he might have spent some time there along with you guys.
Tim worked there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he'd be like, come up here, I'm working. And like, he'd get like a burger and 17 beers. He'd be like, $8. Be like, love this place.
I bet I actually met Tim, but didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Because I also was a 2-way inner and a Young Avenue Deli.
2 a.m. was a good time.
I failed the bar exam the first time.
Check that, law school. And speaking of too, like, there is just a through line, and I know this is a little bit off topic from the album, but I have you guys here, and it's just been an absolute joy, even preparing for this and getting to know you all a little bit better. Another through line we have is Ben Seiler. I don't know if you want to talk about Ben a little bit. There's a through line through a lot of things. Robbie actually did a documentary film about Ben Seiler. Yeah, it was at the Indie Memphis Film Festival.
Yeah.
Stop! What? Don't be ashamed for me.
I really,
Fucking Ronnie blush, y'all.
Ben-
Awesome.
He's been in a music video.
yeah, he's a great guy.
I kissed him
immediately.
music videos.
Yeah.
How many music videos did he shoot for you guys?
Well, we were working on like a movie kind of thing.
He did a music movie.
He was heavily involved in some of that, and then that led to him doing some music videos, which were kind of a part of that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a great guy, very art minded. You know, kind of pure soul. You know, to share. You can just immediately know that from the first time you meet him. You know, so it's just always
Those
smile.
people that rules.
It's always glad to see him around. Yes. That.
Yeah, Ben Siler rules. Yeah, he just put out an open call. I was in one of Ben Siler's videos for Snowglobe. Was shot at the Lamplighter in my backyard, along with a bunch of other events.
Lamplighter or P&H?
I'm pretty sure it was the Lamplighter. I could be wrong. I remember one time, did you shoot one at the Hightail Pleasers too?
But it was not for that, I think.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty amazing experience with Ben Siler. Gosh, I have one more thing I wanted to ask you guys. That totally album related. That was totally spacey. Help me out, Jeff.
I guess I would say, you know, we've got other albums as well. Some of them are back there, and we have a lot of stuff that still hasn't seen the light of day. And there's talk of Brandon, Brad, and me going to Austin and kind of playing around with Tim and seeing what we got. So I guess I'd say, who knows if we'll ever play live again, but I don't think we're done.
Yeah.
We got songs. We have ideas.
No, yeah,
I know I send them ideas sometimes, and they're just like, stay in your lane.
yeah.
Sound like your idea.
Well, besides, the music thing, also, let's, where are they now? Like, you all, Brandon, I actually worked with you on commercial sets before. Sound guy extraordinaire. I don't know, that's probably not on your business card, but you
Extraordinary.
It should be.
That's how I do sound. I work on. Is that the question? What do I do?
Yeah, what do you do?
I'm a sound mixer for TV commercials, sometimes narrative film work, lots of documentary stuff. Anytime there's somebody talking on a TV, that's what I'm trying to record. So I still record. That's my whole thing is recording sounds. So I found a way to do it for real.
I mean, do you think some of that started back in your 20s with this album?
Absolutely. That was like my end to it. I guess somebody was like, "Oh, Brandon knows how to record. Here's a boom pole, and this mixer. Can you hold it there?" And it just kind of clicked. It was a pretty easy transition from studio work to even as simple as we were. I got the basic principles and was able to transfer that over to a real job.
You did a lot of like field recording type of stuff, like going out and getting sound.
And I still do.
Yeah.
That is not an easy job. I've been on these shoots before, and when it's not a controlled environment, that's good times. It's like, great take. Oh, well, the truck just drove by. We hear sound.
It all depends. It's not easy doing something that's impossible. But what is cool is if you like doing it, you can have fun, like making it the best it possibly can be. Just like when I was saying earlier, it's like we learned how to record with shitty equipment and like busted 4-tracks. And if you can, that at that time, that was the obstacle. Now it's like a train going by or somebody talking in the background. So like, it's just all your perspective. It's like, okay, yeah, you could think of it as sucking, but it's really not. It's still fun to me.
It's a challenge.
And it's not my fault if there's a train going by and I have to realize, okay, they know there's a train. I told them it's gonna sound like this. So my job is I now have a threshold to work with, and as long as I can deliver them what they want, that's the best I can do it. That's fun. It's still fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And Jeff, you are a PR pro extraordinaire, along with many other.
That is on my business.
Did you stay busy?
Yeah. So I'm in PR and communications, run my own one-person shop. Jeff Hulett PR do comms for different nonprofits around town. Still make lots of music in a band called Jeff Hulett and the Hand-Me-Downs, and me and Leah, and Glory, and other groups, and I stay busy.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Play soccer.
Oh, that too. Amazing. That's impressive. I'm just thinking about.
Laro paid me.
I'm thinking about torn meniscuses and all of that, but that's good. That's good. You're staying active.
Staying active, staying busy, and trying to get these guys to make some music.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, Brad also is busy being a doctor.
Yeah.
Tell us about what you're doing.
Yeah, so I'm a rheumatologist out in Germantown currently, which is, it's a very busy job because there aren't very many of us and there's a lot of patients. So, that's, look, being with people, it's great to be in a position when you can help somebody. Frustrating sometimes when you can't. So it's not without stress, and, I don't love every single day of it, but overall I do love it. And, I still play music too. At my house, I have, piano and instruments set up, recording room that's almost, I think, ready to do some things in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do your kids interested in any other direction?
A little bit, yeah. When I first tried to set up the recording room, though, it was, they were a little younger, and it got turned into the YouTube / PlayStation. But anyway, now it's back.
You can bring back some Grand Theft Auto for old time's sake.
No comment.
Okay.
But I guess I should mention that my work isn't the only thing I record. Like I also, along with these guys, I stay quite busy, like just recording. Nowadays it's it's a hobby. I've accepted the fact that this just is for fun. I don't have to. I mean, all of us, I think, feel that way. Except Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff puts out a record every week. But no, it's just fun. Like I have a little studio set up. Me and Posty send stuff back and forth. Jeff sends me stuff. Jeff or Tim and I have a lot of back and forth with. We sing each other songs. So I mean, we're still busy doing stuff.
Yeah.
Musically, it's just maybe we keep it to ourselves a little more.
Right. Well, it's got to be wild too with the evolution of home recording. Just talking about this record and where you guys, home studios now.
Yeah. Well, instead of just walking it over to somebody else's bedroom, we just hit send on an email.
Email. Or text.
Yeah.
It's great. It's true.
Technology. All right. Are we ready to listen to the next song? Oh, sorry. We're going to go ahead and say thank you so much again. Let's give it up for Rob and Jenna from Snowglobe for coming down for WYXR. It's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to play the side C of this and hopefully hang around. I don't know, Jeff, did you say something you could about signing possible records or no? No pressure.
Yeah, if anyone wants that, we're around. We're not going anywhere.
Or after this is over,
Yeah, we got merch for sale and come talk to us but I mean I guess after listening to side C, right?
Yeah, we're just gonna hang out. We're just wanting to say goodbye at this point and then and enjoy the second side of the record.
And thanks to WYXR for having us.
Thank you. Thanks to all of you.
I want to
Thank you guys for being here.
We do. This is the third side of the record, right?
That's right, correct.
So there's a chunk in the middle that if you go home with the record tonight, that's
Yes, buy
it's
a
important.
record, go listen to side.
You'll get to hear that. There's some pretty good stuff in the middle.
There's some great stuff in the middle. But at the format, we were just two sides, so we went dancing.
Yeah.
Robbie?
I'll do this one. Y'all give it up for Snowglobe and for Amanda. Thank you so much. And yes, so we are going to play side C in both places. So if you had the B thing, go in here and listen. We're also going to play it in here, but it'll probably be a little